Hello. All right. I think I'm live on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. Good morning. I am Dr. Messina Morris. This background, hold on. I don't need a background right now. So I am Dr. Messina Morris, and I am going to be talking to you about the upgrades that have happened to Holotutor AI. Y'all have got to forgive me. I've been battling the flu, and so I am doing this in spite of my own frailty, and then I'm gonna fall back and fall out somewhere for about an hour, and then I'll be back. But Dr. Messina Morris, and I use Holotutor AI to train educators and to help shift mindsets in educational settings. And so I want to share with you please don't have no fit today. It kept my stream going, which is a miracle. All right. So at least it kept my stream going, I think. Yeah, it says I'm still live. Am I popping up? Oh, it did. Okay, praise the Lord. All right, well, I had to do some kind of update. So I want to talk to you all about Holotutor. Let me get to it. So I'm just going to choose one of these tabs here. Share my audio tab. Google Scholar. And I'm just going to go to Holotutor. Actually, I don't even need to put that. Holotutor.ai. And let that load. So there have been some updates and some changes to Holotutor that I am really loving and could not wait to happen. It couldn't happen too quick for me. So in the Creator Studio, when you go to create an AI experience, you can do several things. So at this particular time, I'm creating experiences for an emerging technologies course for kids. I also have a basics of metaverse course, but I'm also a chemist, and so I've been building out chemistry lessons. I'm also, a special educator, so I've been building out special education lessons. One of the things that I really like about this is that I can create based on things that I have done. So I have these PowerPoints. And here's one on atoms and molecules and ions that I used a lot in my class, and I can use it as content, and I could say, create me a lesson on atoms, molecules, and ions for my college level chemistry course. This course will be taught by Dr. Messina Morris. Give lots of real world examples that would appeal to Gen Z students. Let's submit this. And so you just gonna give it time to work. It's using down here that PowerPoint that I used. It's using it as context to build this lesson. You could add other files. So like if I had worksheets or if I had notes that I had taken or whatever, I could also add that. As long as it's not over 50 megs, you can add it. So you can add it to it. But I have been playing with this thing, and listen, I have been on fire because I've been wanting to create my chemistry course, and I have my lectures and everything like that, but I would have to like splice them up and all that. But you can upload videos if you can get them under 50 megs there too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also create videos in between to explain problems out. Oh my God, I'm so excited about what this thing can do. Like literally, I would sit here and script the entire thing. I'll show you what well, I can't really show you what the old system looks like, but I'll show you what my workbook that I wrote for the old system looks like so that you can understand how powerful this system actually is. So it's like adding all this interactive content and building my lesson structure for me and choosing an avatar is applying my lesson plan. And then it's like, hey, your lesson experience is ready. It includes real world Gen Z relevant examples woven throughout the lesson that continue to experience. And so we go to this experience. I don't have to worry about timing or anything. And it says atoms, molecules, and ions in real life, a Gen Z chemistry deep dive. So it came up with a little quirky name. I can change it if I want to by going up here. It starts off with the whiteboard text, atom, molecules, and ions. Why this matters to you. What are atoms? What are molecules? What are ions? Why should Gen Z care? I love it. You know, I love to make something real world personable. And so it starts to, it even gives generated images about atomic structure and everyday chemistry perspective for chemistry class. Let's see. It shows the silicon crystal lattice that is inside of a smartphone, the lithium ion battery. And it shows cobalt oxide cathode. Love that energy drink can showing the caffeine molecules, the sugar, glucose, taurine, carbonate ions, water, a human silhouette, and it's showing your own biomolecules and metabolism. So giving them relevance to why they need to understand atoms and atomic structure. It's asking questions. What statement about atomic number is correct? It is the number of protons in atoms, which defines elements correctly. And as a chemist, I can quickly go through this. I mean, I'm going through it a little quicker than I would normally, but so this is the image, but it says, looking at this image of carbon 12 and carbon 14, notice how many protons stay the same while neutrons differ. So all of that is here and it's the same. So you got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 protons, and then your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 neutrons here, right? And then over here, you can see you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 protons, and then you got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 neutrons supposedly over here. Now that ain't all the way correct, but they do have it written correctly right here. You can go back and change this if you see some inconsistencies, which is generative, or you could upload an image that you might have that shows that kind of thing. I would just take the image, download it, and then just erase those 2 extra. But it's less work. It's less lift. All right. And so, like, your lesson here is done. And at the end, it says chemistry is not just about passing an exam, it's a way of gaining thinking that empowers you in many parts of your life. And this is everything that I would possibly say to my students. I'm excited to keep exploring these connections with you, blah, blah, blah. Now, the scene, they chose my avatar for me, but I'm going to choose the other avatar as me. And I like, let's see, how does Jessie?
Every season has its beauty. like colors in the wind.
That doesn't really sound like me. I think Trinity is me.
Let's begin by closing your eyes
Yeah, that's more.
and taking a
And then make it public because I want my students to be able to see it. Atoms, molecules, and ions in real life. So I want so we could kind of make it like an infographic. We'll see if it'll come up with that thumbnail. But the thing is, you can still generate images, right? That wasn't a wonderful prompt, but it was a prompt. Not quite what I want. I could regenerate in perhaps that appeal to Generation Z in video gaming. Let's try that. Not so much. Let's just go generic. But you have choices, right? Oh, and then I could have went back to the other images. So just random atom molecules and ions. Builder. Make sure you save it. Auto saves every 3 seconds. And now you can play your experience. And obviously you can add any of these in. More true, false, more multiple choice, more 3D objects, more video, more pictures. And so this is what the lesson looks like when it comes up. So then your student will play it. You are learning with Dr. Messina Morris in a college level chemistry course. Follow along as she connects atoms, molecules, and ions to things you care about: phones, skincare, energy drinks, climate, and more. Watch the whiteboard, listen to the explanations, and answer the check in questions to test your understanding.
energy drink or plug in your laptop. Are collections of atoms bonded together, and ions are charged particles that drive things like nerve signals and batteries. By the end of this lesson, I want you to see chemistry not as random memorization, but as the language that explains your devices, your body, your food, and even your social media algorithms running on physical hardware. So get ready to zoom in from the macro world you see every day to the atomic level that powers it all. Take a second to look at this image. Your smartphone, an energy drink, and your own body are all built from atoms, arranged into molecules, some of which exist as ions. The materials inside your phone, like lithium in the battery and silicon in the chips, are made of atoms arranged in precise ways to control how electricity flows. The caffeine and sugar in your drink are molecules that interact with receptors and enzymes in your body. Ions like sodium, potassium, and calcium move across cell membranes in your neurons, letting you think, move, and game. When you realize that every experience you care about is rooted in these small particles, the motivation to understand them becomes much stronger.
Everything you interact with in daily life, including your phone, food, and body, is ultimately made up of atoms. True.
If you said true, you are thinking like a chemist. All matter, meaning anything
I
that
need to
has
ask
mass
questions
and takes up
next
space,
time, so
is made of
we get
atoms.
captions too. So,
Even things that feel weightless to you, like the air around.
like I say, I really hate chemistry. It sucks for me. I don't understand why I have to learn it. I'm only 14 years old, and it seems like I'll never use this stuff.
I get it. Chemistry can feel daunting, but think of it as the secret sauce behind so much of what you love. From your smartphone battery to the fizz in your favorite soda, chemistry is at play. It's not just about reactions in a lab, it's understanding the world around you. Give it time. You might find it clicks in ways you didn't expect. Let's tackle it together.
So, why do they call atoms atoms? Because, like, on the periodic table, it's elements, and then y'all call those elements atoms. Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Great question. So, atoms are like the tiny building blocks of everything. Think of them as Lego pieces. Each type of atom makes up an element, like carbon or oxygen. When you see elements on the periodic table, they're collections of one type of atom. Elements are like the Lego set, and atoms are the pieces. Make sense?
Do you have another example with that?
Absolutely. Imagine you have a huge bucket of single colored marbles. Each marble represents an atom. When you have a bucket full of only red marbles, that's like the element oxygen, just oxygen atoms. If you mix in different colored marbles, say blue ones for hydrogen, you start forming compounds like water, H2O. Each element is a collection of atoms, and when you mix them, they make new stuff. Does that help clarify it a bit?
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I still would much rather be talking about going outside for PE. Can we go outside for PE?
Going outside for some fresh air and PE sounds awesome. But in the lab of life, chemistry plays a key role too. Like how exercise affects your body. That's chemistry. Understanding it can help you make healthier choices and see how your body turns food into energy. Let's dive into what happens inside when you hit the track. Around you are made of atoms and molecules. Digital experiences like streaming and gaming still depend on physical devices built from atoms arranged into complex
So students
materials.
can move through the lesson
When you
if they want
accept
to.
nucleus and do not move around in typical chemical processes, salt and body fluids, but redox reactions of ionic compound, helps you
We can
interpret
go back and
and
rewind
cell
something
signaling.
or go
And in
forward.
technology, long
Get to
chains
it.
memory. As a Gen Z learner, mastering atoms, molecules, and ions gives you the tools to critically evaluate products, understand health information, and even participate in building more sustainable technologies and solutions. Welcome. I am Dr. Messina others. Positively
So
charged particles
students
formed when atoms
have
lose,
transcripts that
electrons
you
are
know to
ions,
look at
which we will explore more in a
that
moment.
explain the things that they
Keeping these
talk
definitions
about.
straight will help when you read chemical formulas
Also
on
very helpful. So what I was saying is that they have the transcripts. So all the questions that I was asking, I have the questions and the answers. These can be downloaded and kept in a text file. Students can take them to their instructor um, and go over them too in office hours. I think that's kind of neat. Like I said, it has closed captions and everything. Um, but that's the lesson. Like it's built. It's in the catalog and it's done. And I've gone through it. I like it. Um, and I believe students would actually like it too. So if you have not checked out Holotutor at all, you should absolutely do it. Even if you aren't building or creating a lesson, you can create so many other things to help you along the way. There's so many different parts of this, um, but I just wanted to give you that much today. So reach out to me at unitethemetaverse.com. I am always available to have conversations, to do trainings, to level you up using generative AI, extended reality technologies like VR, AR, or mixed reality. I am still booking for conferences, for keynotes about how we rehumanize education. Actually, speaking at the Gatherverse Summit tomorrow on the XR and AI for Humanity Summit about how we need to humanize. How immersive intelligence is what we need to be doing. Stop teaching our kids about the world and start teaching them in it, um, in immersive environments. And I think really it's important for us to start paying more attention to what our youth are crying out for. So they need more relevance, and I'm here for it. So visit me at unitethemetaverse.com. Thank you for listening. Take care. And go to holotutor.com. holotutor.ai or victoryxr.com and try it out for yourself. But you saw me just build the chemistry lesson, and I'm about to go tweak it too.